Hi, my name is Kirkland Smith, and for the last 12 years I have been working primarily with non-recyclable materials, and this past year I had an opportunity to stay home during the quarantine, and instead of coming to the studio and working in my normal medium, I just decided to take advantage of this opportunity to hunker down, and I got back to painting, which is something that I love and that I would like to spend more time doing. So I just wanted to share with you some of the paintings and studies that I did over the year. This is just kind of a sampling. I mostly, in the beginning, just literally stayed home like a lot of people and pulled objects from my home that were, easily available objects to set up and do still lives. For example, over here I have my coffee press because I would have my morning cup of coffee, and after drinking my coffee one morning I decided to just put it up on the table and I just painted that. But I also found objects and would create little scenes. This is a bar scene in the beginning of the quarantine. It was nice to have a little cocktail at night. But the objects in the piece are actually very meaningful because the blue martini glass was it's my husband's grandmother's glass. She's still alive, she's 103, but she has downsized, and so we ended up with some of her things. And the little cutting board was made by her husband's brother, and I think there's only 2 of them and we have 1 of them. So it was just kind of fun to pull meaningful objects, but also I thought a lot about, during the time of COVID when we couldn't go about our normal activities, I just thought about what kind of things brought us comfort. And one of the studies that I did a bunch of little paintings of pillows, just stacked in different ways. And I enjoyed this little study so much that I decided to do a larger painting. And so most of what I painted, I only worked on for maybe a day to 3 days, but then this painting actually took me a couple of weeks. I also painted some of the pets that I love, and I spent a lot of time outdoors and going down to the river, a lot of time in nature, and I did studies of the Saluda River and other things in nature. And then I also wanted to, I was not just like doing paintings, but I was trying to really kind of relearn how to paint because it had been so long and I'd gotten very rusty. And I took an online class in, it was like middle of August to the middle of September, so just a month long. And we were doing color studies. We were actually breaking down color and creating still lives where we just painted one mosaic square at a time. And this was an example of some of the pieces that I did. And so it was a great opportunity to study, to practice, to play, and to just get back into painting.